Hi there, my name's Joe. This is a guitar tutorial for A Sword of Homecoming by U2. I want to make it clear this is not from any kind of a songbook. This is something that I put together myself, just picking apart all the different chords from listening with my headphones to the original album version of the song. So also to be clear, this is not the live version. I know a lot of people have tabbed that out and done covers of that. It seems like not a lot of people have tried to do the original album version. I really wanted to learn that original version as much as I do like the live version. I really love the original version. I've been looking for a good tab for that for years and have never found one, so last week I finally just got frustrated and threw on a pair of headphones and put on the song and went ahead and tried to pick apart note by note what each different chord is. I've seen some tabs out there that are not too terrible, as in some of the parts are right, but some of the parts, unless I'm completely missing something, are definitely not right. I could be wrong. I'm not perfect. I am a self-taught musician. I've never taken a guitar lesson in my life, so feel free to comment at the end of the video if you have any suggestions about what you think might be more correct chords than the ones that I'm positing. If you think that I'm wrong, I totally encourage you to leave comments and say, hey, I think on this section here you actually want this chord. I'm just trying to help people out and trying to figure out how to play this song. So I encourage other people, if they want to contribute and help with that as well, please go ahead and do so. Okay, so the verses are pretty straightforward. Your first chord is going to be what I'm going to call a G1. So starting from the low E string, it's going to be the 3rd fret of the E string, 2nd fret of the A string, then it's going to be open, 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 the next 3 strings, your D, G, and B strings, and then the high E string is going to be on the 3rd fret. And it's going to sound like that. Now the chord after that is going to be an A sus, an A suspended, which is pretty simple. It's just you're going to start with the A string open, and then D string is also going to be open, and then the next 2, your G and B, are going to be the 2nd fret and the 3rd fret, and then your high E string is going to be open, and it's going to sound like this. And then after that it's going to be what I'm going to call a G2, which is the fuller G chord. So it's going to be very similar to that first G, except you're going to add on the 3rd fret of your B string. So it's going to be 3, 2, open, open, 3, 3. Now I know those 2 G chords are very similar. There's not much of a difference, but if you listen to the recording carefully, I'm quite sure that's what he's playing. That's the progression. So it would sound like this in the verses. Now when it gets to what I'm going to call the pre-chorus part, when it gets to where Bono goes, oh, oh, that part, sorry about my bad singing, when it gets to that part, it's going to start with that G2 chord, that full G chord, and then it's going to go up to a chord that is called D6 sus 2. I don't think I've ever played this chord before. It's kind of similar to some chords I've played before, but that's the name of the chord anyway. But nevertheless, the formation of that chord, you're not going to play that low E string. It's going to start with the A string on the 5th fret, and then your D string is going to be open. Then your G string is going to be on the 4th fret, and then your B and E strings are both going to be on the 5th fret, and it's going to sound like this. So that part is going to be. And then right out of that, with the tonight, with that part, it's going to first be a D5, which is going to be starting with the D string. It'll be open, and then it's going to be 2, 3, 5. And then the next one is going to be a D sus, which is going to be starting again with the D string open, and then 2, 3, 3. next chord is going to be your basic D chord. So again, starting with the D string open and then 2, 3, 2. And then finally finishing with the D sus. So you put it together and it's going to sound like. And then right out of that, it's going to go right back to that same pre-chorus part. So it's going to be. And then it's going to repeat that chorus part again. And then right after that, which you can call the post-chorus part or pre-verse part or whatever, semantics don't really matter, whatever works for you. It's going to be just a simple C chord. So starting with the A string, it'll be 3, and then the next string is going to be 2, then open, then 1, then open. Now at the end of that sequence, you're going to end up sliding up to a chord that's called the D add 9 add 11, which I never knew the name of that chord before, but I played it a million times for different songs. Apparently that's the name of the chord. So it's just going to simply be like this. And then right out of that, it's going to go right back into the verse part. So. So you get the point. I don't need to sing the whole song or go through the whole song. That's really it in a nutshell. Those are the different chord sequences. That's all you really need to know. The only other thing I can add is at the very end of the song, it just does a little rundown on the G going down to the A sus that it ends with. So at the very end, it's going to be, when he sings, I am coming home, it's going to be. And that's it. You just let that you let that A sus ring out at the end there, and that's the end of the song. So hopefully this tutorial will help somebody. I don't know how popular this song is. I know there's a lot of hardcore U2 fans out there. I know it's not a song that most people would know. I love this song. I've always wanted to play it, so I'm glad that I went ahead and learned it, and I hope somebody gets something out of this, but if not, I had fun doing it anyway.